Little fairy, wake up my big soul.
She opened her eyes and stared at the big creature in front of her who held her in its hands. As the creature breathed, his cold breath flowed under her skin and felt colder than the coldest winter she had ever experienced. Her body's heat was no match, so she stood there shivering.
Forgive me, little fairy. I can't warm you like I wish to.
The fairy was both scared and fascinated by how kind and honest this creature sounded.
Where am I and who are you?
She was scared to have an answer to this question of existence, but her curiosity got the best of her, and so she asked.
To answer your first question, my big soul, you are in this place where everyone goes. A place much different from the home you are used to. Here, where you are, it is the forge of every soul. Your family, your friends, and all other living creatures originate from here and will return after their journey of life is complete.
Death paused briefly as he watched the fairy with nurturing eyes.
It is the start and the end. That is where you are, my big soul.
The fairy realized where she was, and her already shivering legs collapsed under her as she fell to her knees. Slowly she curled up, resting her head in between her legs.
Why do you call me Big Soul when I'm so small?
Her voice was a quiet whimper and sounded like it would break and crack at any moment. As she spoke and sat there, she shivered, but this time not from the cold, but by the sorrow that filled her heart. Did she ask, and sounded like her voice was about to break. Death barely felt the faint shift in weight on his hand as she fell and responded with controlled anger.
It would be an insult to call you a little soul. Your body is small, that's true, but your body isn't limiting your soul.
The fairy could hear the anger rolling off of him despite how calm he sounded, and buried her face further in between her knees. Death continued to talk, his tone becoming almost proud as he spoke.
You died by saving a fairy child from a falling stone. You pushed this child and sacrificed your one and only life. It's an honor for me to meet a soul like yours, and you are a very special soul.
While he spoke, Death used the smallest of his fingers to reach down and lift her small chin up so that she looked up at him.
Don't be sad, little fairy. Everyone will meet you here. You just need to be patient.
May I stay with you until they follow me?
I would be delighted if you could stay here by my side for as long as you wanted.
The fairy sniffled, then reached out and placed her small hands over his lingering finger. She used it to help her stand. Then once on her own 2 feet, she wiped her tears and smiled up at him. Then wonder flashed across her eyes as she watched him. To her, this creature stood like a giant against her size, yet spoke with nothing but kindness.
But I still don't know who you are.
Right. I'm the one you will meet at the end of your journey, and I welcome you. You might hate me, be frightened of me, or accept me. I am the one who retrieves the souls back to their origins. I am Death, and I am for you, your friend.
Death smiled back, and even if it felt very cold around him, he warmed her heart.